You can connect your Epson printer to your network in two ways: wireless, otherwise known as Wi-Fi, or wired. This video shows you how to connect your Epson printer wirelessly. During this video, some of the installation screens and documentation may vary depending on the printer you're using. Before you start, there's a few things you need to check. First, make sure you already have a network set up. Your network may include one or more computers or an internet modem connected to a router. A router is a box that all your devices connect to. In a wireless network, your devices connect to the router using radio waves instead of cables. Before making a wireless connection, check to see that your router has an antenna. If it does, then you can connect to it wirelessly. Some wireless routers may not have an antenna, so check to see if your router says it's wireless. The names for wireless are 802.11 or Wi-Fi. You will also need to know your network name. This is called the SSID. The SSID was entered into your router when it was first set up. If you do have a wireless network or router and you have the wireless security turned on, you'll need to know the password or security key. If you don't have this information, then ask the person who set up your network. If you do not have a wireless network or router, but still wish to connect to your printer wirelessly, this can be done in ad hoc mode. Please refer to the Wi-Fi network setup guide that came with your printer. However, please note that ad hoc connection is limited, as this makes a direct Wi-Fi connection between your computer and the printer, allowing only one computer to use the printer. The easy install process on the CD focuses on network Wi-Fi installation, as this is the most common form of installation and allows multiple PCs to access the printer wirelessly via a router. Now let's set up your Epson printer and add it to your network. When you're done, you'll be able to print wirelessly from this computer. First, install the software. To encourage a smooth installation, we recommend that you ensure the settings are as per or restored to default factory settings. If your printer has an LCD, you can do this by going to the home screen on the printer's LCD and selecting Setup. Then choose the option called Restore Default Settings. Now restore the network settings to factory settings. For printers without an LCD, please refer to the online manual for guidance. Once you've restored the factory settings, insert the CD that came with your Epson printer. Now you can either select Easy Install, which will guide you through the easy installation process, including Wi-Fi installation, or you can select Software List, where you can install additional applications one by one. This video focuses on Wi-Fi installation, so select Easy Install. The software license agreement will now appear on the screen. Once you've read this and are happy with the terms, click Agree and then Next to continue. The next screen has two main areas. Automatically Installed lists the software that is automatically installed during the installation process, and Recommended, which shows optional but recommended software to install. If you don't want any of the recommended software to be installed on your computer, then click on the relevant tick box to remove. Click Install to continue. Your chosen software will now be installed. You will now be asked how you would like to connect your computer to the printer. There are two options. Please select Wi-Fi or Ethernet network connection and click Next to continue. The next screen asks if you're setting up your printer for the first time. Select Yes, First Time Setup and click Next to continue. On the next screen, you'll be asked if you want to use your printer wirelessly. Select Option 1, Yes, Wireless Connection, and then click Next to move on to the next screen. You'll be asked to use the setup cable or USB provided in the box. Please insert between the printer and PC when instructed. This is a temporary connection for setup purposes only. You'll be asked to remove the setup cable from your computer and printer later on in the installation process. A pop-up screen listing the items needed for successful installation will appear. It will remind you that you need to know the SSID and the Wi-Fi passphrase or password before continuing installation. This screen notifies you that if a firewall warning appears, then you must allow the software to be installed successfully. If you're using Windows, then tick the box next to Allow Access when a firewall warning appears. This applies for Windows Firewall only. To continue, click Next. The following screen shows the PC is searching for your printer on the network. If your Wi-Fi network is controlled by Windows on your PC, then this pop-up screen will appear, showing your SSID and password for your Wi-Fi network. If it is correct, press Yes. If you're using third-party software, then you will see this screen instead. The installer will display a list of all the wireless networks in range and sort them by signal strength. Choose your SSID. If the network SSID is hidden, then it won't be included in this list, and you'll need to click on Enter manually and then type the SSID in the box provided. Click Next to continue. The next screen will ask you for your WEP or WPA security key or passphrase. Please enter this and click Next. Note that your passphrase password is case sensitive. If you do not have this information to hand, you can do one of three things. Firstly, look for a sticker normally situated on the bottom of your router. Your second option is to check the documentation provided by your internet service provider or the person who set up your wireless network. The third option is to contact your internet service provider to get hold of this information. This screen shows the installer sending the wireless settings to the printer over the network to confirm connection. Once installation is complete, a pop-up panel will appear instructing you to remove the setup or USB cable. Press OK to continue. The final step is to test the network connection. Click on Print Test Page to check it is working, or simply press the Finish button to continue. Your Epson printer should now be working wirelessly.